NBA 2K21 tutorial number 1. Today, I'm gonna show all of you 2K fundamentals, key ones that are gonna guarantee you to become a better player at all levels. By the end of this tutorial, you're gonna have a deadly pick and roll and driving game in your arsenal. You're gonna learn to play 2K in a new, different way that's gonna be extremely fun and incredibly effective. So please share and like if you enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe for more 2K21 tutorials all season long. And also make sure to check out my all 2K21 tutorial playlist in the description below to stay updated and keep your skills sharp. So before you can run a pick and roll in 2K, you must actually learn to do a hash drive. And this applies to beginning players or even advanced or even professional players. The hash drive is key to everything. So you can see here I'm driving in from the hash, attacking baseline, and I'm getting these baseline dunks. And to set up the hash drive, this is what you're gonna do. So first, you're gonna get the spacing right. So make sure you tap left on the D-pad, select your freelance offense, and change it to 4 out 1 in active. And then you're gonna tap L1 or your left trigger if you're on Xbox, select pass and screen away. And you're gonna stand right at the hash. So you see the hash line there on poor George's right. So that's where you gotta stand. So you do that L1 trigger and you get the freelance spacing correctly. The your players are gonna be spaced out like this, and you're gonna attack that gap between the two defenders. You hit that gap, going baseline, you're gonna get a lot of these drives in 2K21, and you're gonna find a lot of high field goal percentage success. So get the freelance down, tap L1 twice, stand on the hash right there, and then you can see it space out. And then the control wise, you gotta hold turbo, and then you're gonna flick your right stick to the right. So flick it towards the right side, so you're hopping out to the middle like this. You're gonna continue to hold turbo, but then as the ball comes to the player's hip, you're gonna push the left stick to the left. That does a crossback. Never let go of turbo. And then now you're gonna angle your left stick right at the basket through that gap. You're gonna angle the left stick through the gap just as such, and then you're gonna finish holding turbo and square. So if you can establish your hash drive, you're gonna have a devastating offense. And because of that, this will really set up your pick and roll success following establishing like you're gonna score every time doing this. And you will score every time doing this. And if you don't get that spacing initially from the pass and screen away, just tap L1 again. Make sure you get the spacing on an isolation setting. Do the dribble move I just taught you. Attack baseline. That's how you get the dunks. Now, after you establish that, you're going to use the pick and roll to further improve your hash drives. So instead of tapping L1 twice while you're standing at the hash, this time you're going to tap L1 and then select R1. You're going to hold down the icon of the big man that can shoot. So in this case for me, it's the power forward. So I'm going to hold down triangle. He's going to come up, and then I'm going to tap R1 to change his from roll to fade. All right, and then as he comes up to me, I gotta make sure that he's gonna set the screen to the middle, so which in this case you can see the screen symbol is towards the middle. That's fine. If not, you can tap L3 to change it. Do the dribble move, so hold turbo, flick the right stick to the right side towards the middle, so but right on the right stick. And then as the ball comes to the hip, hold turbo, push the left stick to the left, and then after that, angle your left stick through the gap, going baseline, turbo square to finish the layup. Alright, you can see it here again. Pass and screen away to get the spacing right. Hold L1. You can hold L1 too to get the screen, turn it into a fade, and then drive baseline. That's how you make the hash drive even more devastating with the screen. And as you get these two skills down, your offense is going to become very efficient, but the defense will adjust. So you can also hold L1 or left trigger to receive a screen from the closest center or power forward. So in this case, it's a Subak. So I did the screen one. I did the pass the screen away, get the spacing. I'm doing the L1 screen, but the defense is adjusting with a hard hedge because of all the success we've been having with the hash drive and pick and roll. When you see that, just get the ball to the big man, and it's an easy slip dunk because of the excellent spacing from the 4 out 1 in freelance and the fact that you did the pass and screen away to space it out. And you can also actually, when you do the screen out of the hash drive pick and roll, if you see the defender hard hedge, just hold Y or triangle to get the big man to slip. You can see the symbol on the bottom. He's slipping. You let go of Y or triangle. It's going to be an easy slip pass. Very, very efficient with that. Now, let's take a look at handoff pick and rolls. So what you want to do is you want to get the spacing right. Take one step towards the target if you're the big man in that hash angle, because you can't drive with the big man. But you can dribble it off to any of the slashers. So continue to hold the buttons, left trigger, right trigger, and circle. And then angle the left stick as if you are the receiver getting the ball. As the player gets the ball, let go of circle and L2, but continue to hold R2, and then angle your left stick to turn the corner as such. And if the defender catches up, all you have to do is now hold L1 on PS4, or left trigger to trigger the pick and roll. The screener is going to come right back to you. You cross back, hit the screen. Now you attack at the pick and roll out of the handoffs in that hash angle. But the hash angle was starting off with the big man, right? Like Montrezl had the ball at the hash, so you just trigger a handoff, pick and roll as such. So handoff pick and roll is really an effective way to get rid of the on-ball defender, right? So you can see again, I do pass and screen away. I see Subak up top. Instead of asking for the screen, I did there, but I'm going to get him the ball. And then I'm going to do a handoff. Same thing, hold left trigger, hold right trigger, hold circle. Do all of those controls you saw earlier, and then hand it off to get the on-ball defender right out of Fortress's way. And it also messes up the spacing of the hedge defender. You can see it here again. I'm going to swing the ball around. I'm in that 4-out 1 in, pass and screen away, swing the ball to Montrezl, hand it off to Paul George, left trigger, right trigger, hold on circle, turn the corner. No need to screen because I was open. Attack the basket. Very, very deadly. Now, this hash drive pick and roll style is pretty much what's going to be the first layer of your offense in 2K21 this year. You have to nail this hash drive, so make sure you get the pass and screen away and all of this down. If you get to establish that you can score out of hash drives in ISOs before you do any pick and rolls. Once you have established this versus the defense, they have to adjust to you, right? They can't let you do this 24/7, and you will score 80% of the time as you get that hash drive dribble move down. And as you see the defense adjust to you, and as you establish like my hash drive is going to destroy you, now you can start calling in some screens, and then you're going to read the situation, seeing how the hedge defender reacts, especially if the screen is coming from the middle, which it always does. You can slip the screener, and now they also have to honor that, right? So now you're using also pick and roll versatility. So you can see I'm calling up for the screen again. I'm at that hash drive angle, so they have to honor both. This time they double hard. I'm still going to trigger the slip, nice and easy. Get that pass in, excellent spacing. The slip dunk is going to be there a ton once you show that you can hash drive. And as I get hot, then I can just hash drive attack, call for the screen again. There's always going to be that middle screen. Make sure you tap L3 to change the screen side to go in the middle. Slip it again. This is just 24/7. But you won't get this look until you've established like you're going to score on, majority of your hash drives. Like once you do that, your entire pick and roll game just opens up to a whole new level. You can see here again, they make the free throw. So this is the entirety of the flow of the offense. Get the ball up, get it to the player that can, dribble and slashing down. So in this case, Paul George with a slashing badge, perfectly ideal. Get to the hash, tap L1 twice, pass and screen away, do the dribble move, go baseline, bang! Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll speak to you guys again very soon.